I have a list here of like 12 books that have been recommended to me by multi-millionaires, people I've paid thousands of dollars to just be sitting next to them so I can ask them questions. And through all these years of helping hundreds of different coaches, all of these books were basically the conclusion that I came to of like, these are the must-read books for people who want to become absolutely machines, especially if you're a coach or if you're somebody that you have a business, you have an online business, you're gonna be just better at what you do currently. All these books go from fitness, mindset, offers, business obviously, and a lot of introspection. I'm gonna show you all this, I think 12 or 10 books that have been passed down to me from speaking with very successful people and people that I respect tremendously. In a very short amount of time, I've been able to build a six-figure online coaching business where I take other coaches and I run them through a process so they can scale. I'll leave the links down below, but let's just start real quick with all the books. The first book that I want to start with is this one, and I know it's mirrored, sorry. This is called The Coaching Habit. As you can tell, I reference this book a lot of the times. If you're a coach in whatever field, so the people that I help, my clients in my container, they're all from finance, mindset, obviously fitness or sales or whatever it is. This book is very helpful because it helps you understand how to speak to your clients so you can get to the root of the problem very quickly. And they have a really cool framework that I actually all the time I reference back to all the time. And then this is also a book that I actually include in my container because I need my coaches to become better coaches. So this was the first book. Second book you've obviously seen everywhere, but here's something that you probably don't know. Obviously, it's $100 million offers. One thing that Alex Hormozi recently said in a video, I think he released like a couple months ago, he said that unfortunately, this book, he couldn't go too much in depth about things that actually make, just minute things and minute details that he couldn't go too much into that because he wanted to make this book for beginners. Yes, this is a good beginner book when you go into offers, and probably reading this might give you a couple light bulb moments, but I don't want to say this is the must-read book. But however, if I have to put it all down into 10, 11 different books, this is a good start, and this will give you enough idea and enough brain cells or enough direction that you can make a really good offer just with this book. So highly recommend this one, and you can get it for free on his website. So great book. This book I recommend all of my clients. I've given them a copy of this book, and it's something that really changed my life. It's called The Slight Edge. You can use this in anything: fitness, relationships, and mostly business. Specifically, if you're a coach and you've been struggling to go past a specific ceiling, then this book is certainly a great way of destroying a lot of your limiting beliefs. And this is one book that I gift often to my clients because it's a very simple philosophy. It's a quick read, it's easy to read, it'll help you become more disciplined. Basically, it's deeper and better than Atomic Habits. I recommend this one much better. So definitely get a copy of The Slight Edge, a great book. I'm actually giving this book away today. So I'm glad I'm recording this video before I give it away because I'm giving this away to my cousin. So great book. Now this book is not about business, it's not about finances or anything, and it's a very quick and easy read that has mixed reviews. I read it, I loved it, and it's called Good Vibes, Good Life. It's just a great book that you can pick up, read very quickly, and it gives you a lot of really good reminders, man. And especially if you're going through a hard time, this gives you a good reframe and a good lens to seeing life in a different way, unlocking parts of your life that were probably held down because of situations that you were going through in life. So highly recommend this book. It looks thick, but it's actually very simple, very like it's very short pages and whatnot. Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. Highly recommend. Great book. Now, this is one of the hardest books I've ever read, and I read it at a time where I wasn't really ready for it. This book, however, it's a book that I'm gonna be reading again because I feel like I read it and I didn't took a lot from it, but I'm gonna read it again, and it's called The Power of Now. It's a hard book. It's really hard to read. You have to reread pages probably twice, 3 times because it's hard to grasp. It really is. But I don't want you to feel discouraged. One of the best books you ever read in your life, it's this one. And a book that has been recommended time and time again by people who I look up to. And I'll go on a little tangent here. One of the reasons why I buy these books is because it's being recommended to me by people who are levels above me, and they've gone through a lot of tribulations. They've gone around a lot of painful failures, and they've told me that some of these books have helped them become better. So if they already lived that, why am I gonna go out my own way to relive those things when they can say, yeah, just read this book, it helped me go through X easier. This is one of them. So definitely grab a copy of The Power of Now. The author is Eckhart Tolle. I think I said it right. Great book. All right, we're getting into like, I'm mixing stuff out, guys, so like bear with me. This is one of the first books I got when I was going into fitness. And if you're thinking to yourself, why am I gonna listen to this guy when it comes to fitness? I'm very healthy. I look really good. I have great blood work. Back in the day, I used to have a fitness offer. Not that that says anything, but I coached people. I want to say I have a great amount of knowledge when it comes to nutrition training and all these things. So this is one of the first books I got that really helped me. And it's really simple to read too. And it gives you just, here's the workout. Just do this, just do that. Get bigger, leaner, stronger. But this was the second edition. It says Beyond Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Michael Matthews. He also has a great supplement company called Legion, I believe. Highly recommend. It's a great book. This is one of 2 fitness books that I would recommend. Highly recommend from people that I look up to in the fitness space. They talk great things about him. I've read this book. It's bookmarked on a specific part that I'm gonna do very soon that talks about just training 3 times a week, because I can only train 3 times a week in this current stage of my life. So great book, again, recommended to me by very smart people. And then I have another fitness book that looks like it's at the bottom of this pile that I'm looking into. All right, this is one of my most recent reads. English is my first language, as you can tell, so give me a break. This book, page 8, I was already crying. This doesn't have to do with fitness, with business, but it has to do with spirituality. And it's called Conversations with God. And it has the most difficult questions you can ever ask yourself in life. And even when you open it randomly in a page, it's like very eye-opening. It's a great book. Amazing. I've recommended this to everyone I speak to. I got this recommendation, not personally, but from the guy that builds the VSLs for multi-billion probably dollar companies. He recommended this and I bought it, and I can say that this is a book I'm going to be reading again this year, so twice in a year. There's 3 books. This is book 1. I recommend you start with book 1 and just read book 1 first and go from there. Really, 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 really impactful. So definitely rereading this again. I lost count what book this is, what number we're in. I think this book was recommended to me by Tanner Chittister. I think it was him. I flew to Miami to sit down with him for a couple hours. He was mentoring me about my coaching business at the time, which was, I think, a year ago. And frankly, being really transparent with you, a year ago, I was very new to this. Again, he recommended this book and I highly recommend. It's called Psycho Cybernetics. It's a deeper read, a great way of making sure you have control over your ability on how you see things and how you go through hard times and how you create a reality for yourself. Improve your self-image, learn to use your positive past, achieve worthwhile goals, develop compassion, self-respect, cultivate the power of rational thinking. It's really good. I really, really enjoyed this read. I think I'm gonna reread it again, or at least have the PDF version somewhere, because it's a book that I can see myself going back further and further. Highly recommend Psycho Cybernetics. Get a copy. All right, this other book, lots of very successful people recommended. I forget who recommended this to me, but I recommended this to a dear friend of mine who is very successful. He read it and he said it changed his life. I think I have to reread this book again because the concept is so simple. It really changes the way you see how you set goals with your business and your life. So highly recommend if you're trying to up level, man. Like really great book. I recommend this to my clients as well. It's called 10x is easier than 2x by Dan Sullivan. I can't say how many more good things about this book. Like just get it. Like go Amazon right now. Like pause this video, go to Amazon, buy this book and get it, please. Like really, it'll clarify what you need to do basically. So that's, I forget what number we're on. 2 more books to go. This is the other fitness book. One of my previous clients are friends with these people, that sounds horrible. So Michael Matthews is really good friends with them. This is like a very simple book. So like the Beyond Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is if you already have some knowledge in fitness and you have something going on for you. This one's very simple if you're just starting out. And listen guys, like you can be as successful as you want. One thing you cannot buy is fitness. This is why I stay in shape. This is why I train. This is why I do martial arts. This is why, man, I did a half Ironman without training. This is why I have to push myself, because fitness is something You can be the richest man on earth. Fitness is something you cannot buy. It's something you have to work hard on. Everyone has to. If you're somebody that you're starting out, you're overweight, whatever, this is a very good beginner book, The Resistance Training Revolution. Highly recommend. Sal Di Stefano writes this book. He co-founder of a company called Mind Pump, I think it's the name, and it's 3 guys, one of them, Sal. Very simple. I bought it just to see how it was, and it was very much for beginners, so I didn't even read it all. I gave this to my dad, but again, it's a book that you need to be fit, man. Like, you can be successful with wealth, but if you're not successful with health, what are you doing? Like, get in shape, like get strong, train, please. So I forget how many books I just told you. All those books have been either shown to me, recommended to me personally, or books that really successful people recommend. And these are things that you can nail down in different pillars. Every successful person has those same. It's wealth, health, and business and mindset. I actually have one more book. Hold on. The book I didn't understand and I'm trying to understand. I haven't read it, but it's a book that I'm trying to understand better. Okay? It's a Bible, but it's not just any Bible. This is specifically for men. It's called Every Man's Bible. I know it's mirrored, guys. And this is a book that teaches you a lot of things. I don't feel not comfortable. I don't feel ready to speak about this yet because I'm very new to diving into this. But for me, it felt like an obligation that I needed to read this book. And now it feels more like I need to read this book because I need it. I didn't understand it at first. I don't understand it either now, honestly. But highly recommend. There's a version for women. I think it's every girl's Bible, every women's Bible. I don't know. But specifically for men, it speaks about things men struggle with. Grab a copy. It's incredible. Highly recommend. This book was recommended to me by a friend, very successful friend, and it's also a Bible. It's something my mentor recommends too. So very successful people. So I will listen to people who are more successful than me because they know something I don't know. So hopefully you got something out of this. Ideally you buy 1 or 2 of these books and you read it and it's going to change your life. The best investment you can take with life literally is a book. Even one sentence can change your life. And this is a condensed brain of a very smart person, especially if somebody that's better than you at something is recommending you to read this book. So these are, I don't know, 12, 13 books that multi-millionaires have recommended to me, and now I'm recommending them to you. Go read those books. It's going to change your life. And I hope that you understand that the amount of information out there and the amount of confusion that you're feeling about the type of information that you should consume, I know it's overwhelming, but it's not your fault. It's because there's a lot of information out there that's not really good. And I really hope you found this video, you found some clarity, and these are books that are going to change your life, and I highly recommend you read them. And this, in the meantime, I'll just see you in the next one. If you have any questions on anything regarding business, books, spirituality, I hope I can help. Drop the comment down below. And if you like this video, drop me a like, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in the next one.